What is happening, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon Stadium 1, Part 28, I think? Something like that. Anyway, we're here in Round 2 in the Gym Leader Castle, and we're going to take on Blaine this time. So let's get right into it, like always. We'll be taking on Blue Kaizo team once again. And so this has got like a fighter guy, a nerd. I'm not really sure what the nerd's going to have, and then it's got a psychic. I'm kind of worried about that psychic. We'll see what that's going to deal with a little bit later on. For now, I think we'll go with this team. So we're going to lead with Derry here, just because, you know, I like leading with Derry, and he's got pretty good coverage. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit this thing with a Fire Blast to the face. And here comes the Focus Energy. And that appears what this guy is going to do is he's going to just be Focus Energying, but we don't really give a shit about that. We're just going to fucking butt rape this guy with Fire Blasts. Yeah, that was the problem in Pokemon Red and Blue. Of course, you know, when I was a kid growing up, when we were playing Red and Blue, you know, it was too easy. I mean, all of the trainer, you know, the opponent's Pokemon, they literally all had like they only had one attack. They had one attack that matched their typing. So if you sent out the right type, you could pretty much avoid, you know, avoid the damage. Which I don't know. I feel like it. You know, they should have made maybe the Elite Four or, you know, at least the Champion a little bit more difficult than they did, because I mean, I think literally the only Pokemon was Blastoise. And I say that because I think Blastoise had Surf and Blizzard. It might have had Hydro Pump and Blizzard, but I know it had two different special moves, which was huge. Anyway, this thing's gonna hit me with a critical Earthquake, and that Focus Energy paying off there. And that's gonna bring down Derry, and that kind of blows, but whatever. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. Critical is a critical. That's why I didn't want to set up the Reflect there. Was not too worried about the Reflect, because I figured he'd get a critical anyway, so there you go. Anyway, we're going to go into Horny now. We're just going to EQ this champ right there. And this guy's down to his last Pokemon already. We've got Billy in reserve if we need him. But its last Pokemon is going to be Primeape. And I feel like Primeape is like the Muhammad Ali kind of character, because you see he moves so quickly. And I mean, I don't know, I might be off here, but who knows. Anyway, here we go. It goes for the Focus Energy, and then it gets the Hyper Beam off. It luckily does not critical. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. I would have been able to take it just fine. And that EQ is going to bring down that Primeape. And he was not able to sting like a bee there. He was floating like a butterfly, but just not able to sting like a bee. The first trainer, a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd just be able to sweep the fighting guy, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool. I like a challenge. So we're going into the nerd here. And this guy's like a poison guy. I don't know, this guy's kind of all over the place here. But we'll go with a similar lineup. Switch out Derry. So the second adversary, of course, is going to lead with the one Pokemon I wasn't really ready for. But I'm just going to go for the Body Slam here. You know, I want the damage and the paralyze, but I don't want to waste the turn on just paralyzing him. And as you can see, that does literally nothing. What? Okay. So I must have forgotten that that guy straight up explodes his fucking Pokemon. And that could be a problem. That could be a problem. We're going to go to Billy right now, though. I figure he'll be able to take an explosion. I should have looked at that. All this guy's Pokemon can learn explosion. But this guy's going to send in Muck. And I'm just going to go for Amnesia, because I'm going to predict the explosion, and here it comes. And that's going to do a huge amount of damage. But Billy's going to be able to take that just fine. Now, look at this here. I don't get to attack. I did not get to attack that turn, which is completely unfair, but, you know, whatever. Not much I can do about that. Actually, I'm going to go for the T-Wave. And it does matter, because I would have gotten the Amnesia off, so I would have been able to live this Thunderbolt. I might be able to anyway. No, see, it's completely dumb that that's not fixed, but whatever. So if I would have been faster, I would have gotten to get the Amnesia off. Then he would have exploded, and I would have been good to go. But because I was slower there, I lost my turn, which really sucks. But whatever, not much I can do. Anyway, I am looking good here, as it is left with Electrode there, and I'm looking good with Horny. So it's going to go for the Screech there, lower my defense harshly. And I'm just going to EQ that shit. And that's just going to deal a huge amount of damage, and it nearly takes it out. I'm taking a risk here, going for the EQ one more time. Let's see what it wants to do. It's going to keep going for Screech. And I'm afraid that is just not going to work out, because you're going to have to get an attack off at some point, and you're not going to be able to live this, I don't think. And in fact, that 15 HP is not going to be able to survive the Earthquake. And Trodelict goes down there. I guess it could be Trodelect. I don't know. I never know these things. You know, it's funny, I think in the video in round 1 I said, okay, we got to remember that guy that explodes, and then I didn't even remember. Anyway, here comes the Psychic, the guy I was kind of worried about. And holy tits, look at that team. That is a little redonkulous. I think we're going to go with this setup. This is an interesting team. I don't think I've ever used these three together. So we're leading with Aerodactyl here, and that's a terrible lead for me because he's leading with my bro, Slowbro. So we're going to go into... Actually, I should have gone into Billy. That was really stupid. Oh, well. Not much I can do now. So we're going into Excellent here. And it's just going to go straight for the Surf. And that's cool. That's cool. Whatevs. That'll do about 100 damage. So Chansey's going to be able to take those all day long. And we're just going to go for the Seismic Toss here. And oh shit. I was a little afraid of that. But it's only going to take 3 more hits to bring it down. And I figured Chansey will be able to take a few more hits. It's going to go for the Psychic this time. It's going to get a critical, and the special is going to fall. So that is very bad. Go for another Seismic Toss here. It's going to bring it down to 75 HP. And here comes the Psychic. This could be devastating. It's going to get another special drop. Luckily, I am not looking too bad. I'm going to be able to survive here, so I will be able to bring it down with a Seismic Toss. And down goes Slowbro. And that's good, because that thing had an Amnesia. I'm already down 2 special here, so I'm going to need to switch out on this turn. because yeah, that shit is just not gonna fly. But I am gonna actually go for the T-wave here. Hopefully, actually, that's probably a bad move on my part. In fact, I know it's a bad move on my part. Luckily, it misses though, so that's gonna work out for me just fine. Because it is paralyzed, I'm actually gonna take this turn to go for the soft boil. I'm going to create some eggs there, and they'll heal me up, apparently. And it's definitely fully paralyzed, which is great. He's now going to switch out into Billy. I got excellent backup to health. Got this Starmie paralyzed and took down Slowbro. Chansey, you are amazing. So Billy's coming back in here. He's going to try and take this Hydro Pump. And, shit, that actually did a lot more than I thought it was going to do. The important thing, though, is that it is still paralyzed, and that means I'm going to get to go first here. And I'm going to get that Amnesia off, and it's going to go straight for the T-Bolt. And it's going to score a critical hit, and that's going to bring me down. So that didn't work out very well. It's a good thing I got that heal off. Holy shit, with that critical, that is devastating. And looks like Excellent is going to have to carry this particular battle. So unfortunately it has just over 300 HP, which means it's going to be a 4-hit KO on this thing. And it is just going for the T-Bolt. I guess it's going for the Paralyze, but that is just not going to do any damage. Chansey is literally going to be able to wall this entire team, I'm pretty sure. And here comes the Hydro Pump, and that is going to deal a decent chunk, a little bit more than the last hit. This battle is going to take a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's how it works with Chansey. So luckily it's fully paralyzed there, and that's going to give me the opportunity to go for the soft boil here. And get back up. And back up to full health. Oh shit, Hyper Beam. And that's going to deal a huge amount of damage. Luckily that's not going to KO, and unfortunately that means it's going to take an extra turn here because I'm going to heal up. Because it is going to have to recharge on this turn, so no matter what, I'm going to get a guaranteed hit off. So we can finish that thing off with an Ice Beam to the face. That critical may have mattered, I don't know. But anyway, it is finally taken down. I think that's the first time ever that our opponent's Pokemon has gotten the "it's finally taken down." Anyway, its last Pokemon is Magneton, and that's great because it has under 300 HP. And it's going to go for the T-Wave. It's already faster, but it needs to score some paralyzes on me, otherwise it has no chance of winning. Because I'll always be able to soft boil up if I need to. I guess it could also run me out of PP. This could be a big problem. I think it knows its strategy here, that the only way it can win right now is if it completely runs me out of PP. All I need to do now is hit one more Seismic Toss, and I can finish this thing off. I am running out of them, though. I only have 11 left. And it's not going to waste any more double teams. It's got to start attacking. And that's only going to do about 120 damage. That is just not going to cut it. And if this hits, it's over. And that is it. Magneton just collapses into a billion pieces, and that thing is just dead. And friggin' Excellent raping that guy. Billy kind of came in to die, but then Excellent just like, you know what? Screw you, Billy. I got this, bro. I got this. And literally, bro. You know, slow, bro. Alright, okay. So anyway, let's move on to Blaine. We'll see how this goes. He's got 3 fire Pokemon. He's also got a Chansey there. You see that? He doesn't have Arcanine, which kind of makes me sad. But oh well. What are you going to do? Looking at this particular team, I think I'm going to go with this, and this. See how that goes. We'll lead off with Pope. Pope's probably our best bet here. He's going to resist most of the fire, and he's going to be able to... So we don't want to treat this guy lightly because we don't want to get burned. We don't need any burn heal right now. And we're just going to straight up go for the Earthquake because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 2-hit KO regardless. So there's no reason to go for Rock Slide and risk the miss. And it looks like Blaine's strategy is going to be Toxic. And that's not a bad move. I'm going to go for Earthquake again. It might switch out into Charizard, but it's definitely not going to. So that's cool for me. I get a useless critical. It would have killed it anyway. And we're already looking good against Blaine. That's funny. The trainers are always stronger than Gym Leader, which is really sad. Because the trainers all have random Pokemon. The fucking Gym Leaders have like 4 or 5 of the same type. I guess Blaine only has 3 of the same type. But whatever. It sends out Charizard here, and this will be a 1-hit KO if it hits. And that's going to do a huge amount of damage, and it's down. So Blaine is definitely not looking good here. In fact, he has not done 1 point of damage yet. And he's literally going with all 3 of his fire types, and that's straight up not going to do it. I guess Magmar is actually his ace Pokemon from the anime. I know in Red and Blue, he's only got... he doesn't even have a Magmar. He literally, like, his best Pokemon is Arcanine at 47. And I think it only has, like, Fire Blast. Again, see, that's the thing, though. In Red and Blue, it literally only has, like, Fire Blast, Roar. I think it has Takedown. Some other bad attack. Anyway, that's it for Blaine. Blaine literally takes like 1 minute and 5 attacks. And he literally only did 22 points of damage. And that is absolutely pathetic. Blaine, you need to get your shit together, bro. They gave you a Chansey and a Tangela for a reason. Anyway, that's going to do it for the Cinnabar gym. And... yeah, so we get the key to Giovanni's tower, and next time we'll take on Giovanni. I will see you guys then.